To all my intellectual freaks and geeks out there, it is me, Quita, aka Blasian Quita. Welcome to the stream. Welcome once again to another fine episode of SIN TV. On today's episode, find out a little bit more about the LGBT culture in Brooklyn, and they have a very interesting award show too. So we'll talk about that. Also, we got some, of course, awesome MMORPG news in regards to the new update coming up for Asta, and also find out a little bit more about how I feel in regards to MMORPG burnout and all that good stuff. Plus, another interesting story about Amber Riley kind of talking back to her haters. Something that, when you're a big plus size woman, it's a normal thing to have haters when you look this damn good. But I digress. So let's get into some brief Riot talk. We're going to wrap it up here. We got a couple more days till the end of the month here, and we have a lovely person in the room. Thank you so much for checking me out. I'm very grateful for that. But let me tell you here, we're wrapping up Devilian. It's going to be my main game, trust me, but I'm going to be switching it up next month. And our next featured game of the month is going to be Dungeon Fighter Online. Woo! I'm excited to see the second awakening for the female Slayer, and it's so epic, man. I'm ready to rock and roll with that. Also, too, find out a little bit more, too, about what's been going on in regards to me and all that good stuff. So, all right. So this is what's been happening. Like I said, with myself, with makeup, I can only wear it for maybe like max like 2 or 3 hours, and I have to take it off. Like my skin gets irritated. So that's why I have my makeup off. But hey, I make sure my skin still looks good. Get that moisturizer, you know what I mean? And then also, too, I'm getting back into my fitness regimen because of all this allergy patch testing. I was getting a little bit lazy and, excuse me, not a good time there. But that's all that's been going on with me. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy me playing some Devilian. So when we last left off yesterday, really good conversation, and our juicy topic of the day is in regards to the gender gap. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's just? Do you think it's not? And I found a very interesting article that was posted by Huffington Post in regards to that. Huffington Post has been my main place now, checking out the different types of news and everything. Hold on while I roll my sleeves, getting into Devilian here. But when we last left off, all I was doing, I have 2 main mission quests, and I have to try to get some Calfast Canyon Rift key or whatever, so I gotta get that, but I have to get coins or whatnot, but I haven't been able to get coin, you know how it is. The struggle is real. So I think let's do I want to level up first? No, let's continue with our mission here, and we're gonna go speak to Kapwas in Silver Cloud Village. How excellent is that? Also, let me know what you think of my mic level, because I'm still playing around, kind of learning how to work with my mic level. So, all right, let me see. Do I want to go to Calfast Canyon? Well, let's go to Wintergale Tundra. What the heck? Let's do that. Let me get some water here. Water is so good, let me tell you. Alright, and here's the other thing that I've noticed too, is for some reason when I am in a Spearon, my frame rate drops tremendously, and now I'm back to the normal 30 frames that I usually get. So let's see what Cowpouse has to say here. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's keep moving. And we're on the road to level 40. And I also want to talk about endgame and whether or not it's like, does endgame really matter when it comes to MMOs? So you'll find my response interesting in regards to that. And okay, so we have to detonate the Frost Blade explosive. This is a new area for us, Silver Cloud Village. And well, you know what? Yeah, let's just keep going with this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me come back here. There's another quest here. It seems like a guide quest. Oh, okay. So, artifact crafting. It says select an artifact and craft from the list, which I did. So we are crafting. Oh. Okay, this is cool. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else that I can craft with here? Not really. Okay, so let's craft. So we're gonna get an Aulon's Courage partial. See what we get with that. Alright, awesome. Okay, so let's see what this partial is about. Okay, it says place artifact into weapon with a available socket. And then socketed artifacts can be removed using an artifact extractor. So when socketed, this artifact will increase either physical or magic attacks. So that's always good. Alright, so let's get out of this. And then let's see if I can actually even put this into it. So we got the artifact there. Oh, well that sucks. I apparently... Oh, this is for enchanting. Okay. Apparently I do not have enough weapons to... Or I don't even think I have any weapons that I can enchant with here. So I did complete that. It's a remote quest. So let's complete that. And okay, let's just keep going here. But yeah, I've just decided, like what I was talking about yesterday, I will have to buy like vegan and paraben free makeup because it's just everything's still kind of irritating me a little bit. Wait a minute, we got a quest there. Always take any quest that you can get your hands on here. Okay, so we have to collect the hides from the Frostblade wolves. Hey! Saint Tao says, "Oh, a black streamer." Yes, I am an African streamer. I am a sexy African-American woman with voluptuousness, plus size, realness, darling. How are you? How are you doing? I appreciate that you recognize my cultural identity. I appreciate that. I respect that. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the show here. And I tell ya, it's a privilege to be who I am. It's not always easy, but... You know, you gotta be who you are. God made me this way, and I'm not gonna regret it. I used to hate being black, though. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I used to hate it just because, like, you know, for me, like, when it came to beauty products especially, I couldn't find, like, a foundation that would work for me. And it would be super, like, super devastating. Wow, this is way, way outside of my level area, but that's okay. I think I got this. I think I can handle this. I think I'm capable, hopefully. And oh, calm down. I just said black. Well, hey. I'm completely calm. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not turned up. I am not turned up. I'm not mad at all. But hey, it is what it is, as they would say. But yeah, I used to hate it. Like growing up, I used to be like, I wanted to be a lot lighter just because, oh dang. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to be a little bit lighter though, just because, like, it was because of things like makeup, as funny as that sounds. And then also too, like, I saw like how, you know, it was a little bit easier for my friends too when it came to that department. Like they could find all this stuff that worked for their skin tone, and I used to be super bitter about it, you know. But hey, I embrace who I am now. You know, I take full, you know, pride in who I am. But there are challenges sometimes being a woman of color, you know, on certain things. You know, like sometimes I just want to be treated like a normal human being and not being treated indifferently. And it's not easy. It's not. But then I have to remind myself that I cannot allow how I look like to define everything about me. And that's what you have to do. And I died. So I'm so used to dying, like, in this game. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous. Okay. So I'm trying to collect these hides. Alright, maybe this will help me out. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Taking out this Frostblade Underling. I'm surprised I'm even surviving in this area. I mean, I'm not that far of a level away from 34, but hey. Every level counts in Devilian, I will say that. I will say that. You know? But see, here's the thing though. People, see, it's easy sometimes to say like, don't care. But we all care about what people think about us to a certain extent. We really do. You know, we may not admit it to ourselves, but, you know, I mean, there are times where I kind of do care what people think about me, especially in regards to professionalism, because there's already enough stereotypes, you know, for me to deal with. You know, like being big, you're constantly dealing with, you know, you smell bad. And then being a black woman, you know, or in my case, an African woman, you know, whatever terminology, I don't really care. But then you're constantly dealing with the, you know, you're really bitchy, or you're, you know, you act like you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know, and yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. So those are just a couple of the things. But then, you know, there are times where, you know, I like my hair texture, you know. I'm gonna be dying a lot, so get used to this. But, you know, I'm learning to love myself again. That's the best way to put it. It's not easy. But when people say, yeah, don't care, it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and be PC about it. Sometimes you do care about what people think. You know? You shouldn't on certain things, but it's not easy. You just have to, oh, finish that one. Huzzah. Okay, so we gotta destroy the palisades. I think what I'm gonna do... well, I could get rid... Okay, I think I'm gonna do the wolves one again. I think I'll do that. But yeah, you know, I say the same thing sometimes, like, hey, don't care what people think. But it's hard, though. It's really hard. Because there's sometimes, like, I'll give an example of this. Like, I've lost 10 pounds, okay, so far. And I've noticed that ever since I have lost weight, the hate comments have greatly reduced. And then on top of that, people all of a sudden have, like, well, some people that I care about have stopped talking to me. And then there are other times where people all of a sudden start being nice to me and stuff. And I'm like, really? I was like, wow, so the more weight I lose, that's the nicer some people are going to be to me. And I'm like, it's kind of shallow if you think about it. The same thing with makeup. I noticed that I get more views on my YouTube channel when I have makeup on than when I have makeup off. So it really speaks volumes about how some people are in our society and how we view each other. So, I mean, I agree with you where it's like, hey, you shouldn't care what people think, but sometimes you do. And sometimes you may not admit it to yourself, but we all care about something or someone and how they think about us to a certain extent, you know? But hey, that's just me though. Alright, so took that one out. Alright, what the else heck we gotta do up in here? I think I'm gonna leave this area just because I'm not to that decent level to be all up in here. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Alright. But I did like how you said calm down, though. I did like that. You thought I was upset. And the thing is, it takes a lot for me to get upset, though. I think the number one thing that gets me upset is ignorance. That's the thing that sets me off sometimes, is when people are just being plain ignorant to the point where it's like you look at them and you're like, how do you even have brain cells for being that ignorant towards something that you know nothing about? You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. But no, I appreciate that advice. I really do. I'm gonna call you Sai. I appreciate that advice, Sai. I really do. Okay. Alright, let me see what I need to do here. Well, I'm back in town. Alright, I think... I want to get those coins. I think I'm gonna go to Calfast Canyon. I think I'll do that. Because I really want to finish that quest and be done with it. I'm such a completionist. It's annoying, I'm sure. Okay, so... Nope, that's a dead end. Let's keep going. Alright, so... I don't know. Wait, I got some new stuff? What did I get? Oh! Well, I don't even need those. That's kind of pointless. Hashtag MMORPG woes. I looked like I was explaining myself a bit. Really? Really? That's interesting. See, it's interesting how people perceive me. I'm just an explaining type of person. Like, if someone says something like, oh, a black streamer... I mean, I'm gonna explain myself and who I am in case you don't know. And I mean, if you're not like a regular, I'm a very explaining type of person. So that's something I will say. People know me for that. Like, I always explain myself. And the reason why is because I think people take me the wrong way. Like, I get so many times people get pissed at me and they don't realize that I'm joking. You know, and things like that. So I'm constantly apologizing and I'm constantly dealing with it. So what I just decided to do is, you know, if people say something to me, I just give an extended explanation. Time to take a shower. Ah, there we go. I am refreshed for battle. Okay, so... I need to get some of those coins. I wonder where I could get some of those coins. Because I've been... Maybe I may have to go through a dungeon to get some coins? Let me see. Whoa, excuse me, Mr. Boar. Okay, let me get a whole bunch of these enemies here. Go into Devilian mode. There we go. Get those combos. Come on. I still can't believe I've reached Devilian level 10. Like, that is so epic, though. Oh, you are not a native speaker. Okay. Okay, so this is what I meant by that. Anytime someone says that you're a black streamer, I'll give an example. A lot of times people take that to heart. They take like their cultural identity to heart. And for me, I joke around with it a lot. So I will say, if you do come in here and there's something that you're not sure what I've said, please ask me and I will explain it to you. Because I think a lot of times, like I've said before, people take me the wrong way. People think I am super bitchy and not a nice person. In reality, I'm a nice person. But yeah. So that's cool. But hey, that is cool that you are not a native speaker. I do enjoy the men with the accents. I really do. It's like a mega awesome thing for me. Like I had a friend that was from England, and I swear I would just be like, can you just talk all day? I don't care what you say. You could say something super vulgar to me and I would look forward to you saying it in a British accent. Like, yeah, it was pretty funny. Or like my friends from Australia and stuff like that. Like I have friends from all over the world, you know? And that's the cool thing about gaming, which I think sometimes people don't always put into account. They just think we're like super fat and lazy and we smell bad and all we do is we just sit and click all day. When they don't realize that, you know, we're talking to friends, we're building friendships, you know. I mean, heck, I've heard of people having relationships through, you know, forming relationships through this platform. I mean, it's amazing, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. I am not a bitchy person. I am quite nice. Quite nice. Oh, really? You were in London? Yeah, I have to go to London. I'll have like 10 boyfriends with me. Cause I mean, I feel like in the UK, they appreciate the cocoa. Like, that's the thing I like. Like, I sometimes feel that, you know, in the States, they don't, you know, diversity is such a sensitive topic, you know, but like people overseas get it. That's why sometimes most of my friends are from different countries, because like I don't feel like I have to have that like conversation with them, you know, because they get it. And if there's something that they don't understand, you know, they're very inquisitive and they ask the proper questions. So that's something that I really like about people overseas. And this is not to say that, you know, all American people are ignorant. That's not true. But I do notice a difference though. And that's the thing I sometimes feel too, is I think like some American people underestimate people from other countries as well, and they think that they don't know our culture when in reality they do. Like I watched this this one YouTube channel and they were asking people from South Korea how they felt about our political our election that's coming up, and I was so impressed by how they knew our culture so well and how they felt bad for us, you know, for having someone like, you know, Donald Trump running. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting, like this election, I will say that. You know, it's been quite interesting, especially with someone like, you know, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders and all that. Like, this is probably the most controversial election that America has ever had. So it's going to be interesting to see what will happen. And I mean, my thing is, I don't really care who wins. All I really ask for is that they don't forget about the common people, the hardworking people, and the everyday people. That's my only thing that I really seriously care about. Okay, so I don't know where to get these stupid coins. Let me look at my... Let me look at my inventory. Okay. So, Forsaken, Monsters, Salvage, Rare Equipment, Daily Quest. Okay, so... I have to go to the Forsaken Pilgrimage. So that's a daily, so let's check that out. Okay, these are challenges. Okay, well, where the heck is that? I could do this one. Oh, I could do these dailies. Heck yeah. Okay, so let's go do that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I say let's go do that. I think that'd be the best thing. Yeah, let's go do that. Honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, for me, it's like I don't even care because I feel like this is just me. I just want for these politicians to care about the common people. That's the main thing, you know? As somebody who believes in diversity, honestly, I would like someone who cares about it. But I kind of gotten to the point where it's like no one cares about the people of color's opinion. So that's what I meant by I don't care who wins, just because whoever wins is gonna win and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And I would really hope that they would care about our opinion, right? But I just feel like now no one cares about people of color opinion. No one seems to care about the LGBT community's opinion. So I've kind of gotten to this point where it's like I don't even care. Like I don't even care because I know that like my voice doesn't mean anything. The only voices that matter, honestly, are the people who have money. And that's the only voice that seems to, that really seems to matter, which is kind of unfortunate because I would feel everybody's voice should matter. But it just seems to me that your voice matters when you have a lot of money. And that's the honest truth. Uh, Nothing better to do. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's auto run that. Alright, so we're gonna go do a dungeon so we can get these coins and all that stuff. Oh, you need to farm them on Infinity Grounds? I am not surprised, Sai. I am not surprised. But that's cool, though. That I really, you guys really know this game better than me. I feel basic. Like, I really do. You know, but I mean, for me, like, kind of going back into what I was saying, I usually don't say who I support just because for me, I'm someone who is similar to a reporter. And one thing about being a reporter is bias. And I tend to have a neutral stance on things. It may sound hypocritical, but I like to report on both sides of the issue. I think when you tend to lean one side or the other, or if you say you lean one side or the other, people don't respect your how you report things. So for me, that's what I try to do with my show is I try to look at, you know, things of course from my cultural lens and perspective, but at the same time I try to look at other perspectives as well, even though I may disagree with it. But you know, I feel like if you're someone that's an analyst or someone that reports on things, you can't be one-sided with it. I come from that kind of background in regards to how I see journalism. um I've kind of changed on that because I used to be like one particular way, but it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen with this election in this country. it's it's gonna be quite interesting. Oh, you completed this game. That is pretty sweet, Sai. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Some people said they've gotten bored with Devilian, but that's a great tie-in. Thank you, Sai, for bringing that up. Um, because I think that's one thing I want to talk about. And this is a really, really good article from MMOsite.com, and it is called Monday Conversation: How to Prevent MMO Burnout. So in this particular video and article, I'll have it linked below this video so you can check it out, which is at youtube.com/user SINTV now, of course. It mentions just a couple tips in regards to dealing with MMO burnout, because I think everybody goes through this. Like, you know, one thing I'm burned out on is Diablo 3. I will never play Diablo 3. Number one, the community to me has changed and I don't really care to play it because it just turned me off, and I feel like I've done everything with it. That's just me, you know? But here are just some of the couple of tips coming from the article here. It says, number one, have a main game, a side game, and a guilty joy game. So what this pretty much means is you have a game that you play that's your main. For me, my main game is Devilian. And then my side game, it varies. Sometimes I play console games. I'm looking at some of them right now. Like, I'll play like my Final Fantasy, that type of stuff. Or I may pop in like I would say maybe like Suikoden or Devil May Cry, just something on the side that I enjoy playing. MMO wise, I like Blade and Soul. Actually, I gotta play some of that today, but I get into that. You know, it's pretty cool. And then you have your guilty joy. So like my guilty pleasure, honestly, I've been playing super hard is Orangiri. It is such a joyful game and it's hilarious. And the other thing I like about it too is it's cross-platform. So if you have a PS4, you can play it as well, you know. So I like that kind of versatility. Number two, it says play with a spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend. Well, if you're single, that sucks. But all jokes aside, I feel like you should play with people that actually enjoy gaming. The worst thing you can do, and this is something I've dealt with, is try to get Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. My throat is super dry. But one thing, the worst thing you can do is play with people who are not interested in gaming, or at least try it, you know? So get a group of friends. If you have a spouse, that's even better. And hey, I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's mandatory for me that the guy that I end up with at least will play video games with me or watch anime with me. I cannot be with someone who will not at least try to understand what I'm about. And if they like it, that's even a bonus. Because for me, I at least like being with a guy that I have some common interest with. You know, there's no such thing as meeting someone who's like identical to you. You're gonna have things that you differ on, which also helps the relationship too, because you're learning something, right? But I just think it's important to have people around that you can play with too, because then you don't get as bored. Number three, comfort, fun food. So have food with you, you know, and play and enjoy and eat and play and enjoy. Nothing like good food and playing some good gaming, you know what I mean? Number four, lower the amount of games you try. This is something that I definitely have a problem with. Yeah, orangiri. Let me spell that for you, Sai. It's a type of rice ball. I believe that's how it's spelled. But it's a free game. You can play it on Cyberstep. It's great. I actually had it in my favorite MMORPG beginners guide. Or not guide. I would say beginners list. But yeah, it's pretty good. I really enjoy it. But that's how you spell it, Orangiri. Yeah, I mean, for me, Diablo, it's like, it's a great game. I love the story mode and everything, but that was it for me. And sometimes some of the people in the community are too toxic for me. They're like really rude, and I don't like playing with well, some rude people. Not everybody who plays Diablo is a excuse me, is an a-hole. I've met a lot of nice people playing through Diablo, like some of my friends, you know, but I just couldn't take it anymore. It was getting too acidic for me, and I was just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But I will say, though, that, yeah, you want to lower, I'm guilty of this all the time. Like, I have what I like to call the gamer's itch, right? So when I play a game, I'll play it for like maybe a couple weeks and I'm like, I want something else. Then I'll buy it something else. I'll play it for a couple weeks. I want something else. So one thing I've kind of had to learn is reducing the amount of games that I buy. And you know, my guilty pleasure is Steam. I have to stop looking on Steam, especially in the indie section, because there's a lot of good indie games that don't get props at all, like Van Helsing, for example. I ended up buying the first two games because I was so impressed with the reviews and watching video reviews on the game. So I bought that and I bought. So you see what I mean. So what I've had to do is this is the reason why I decided to play a game a month too, so that way I'm actually playing through the games that I'm buying. And then the other thing I had to do too is to not always buy founders packs. Like, I only buy founders packs for games that I actually care about. So I'm a Patreon member with Devilian, and then I also am going to get, probably I'll get the founders packs for Hero Wars, and I cannot wait till that game comes out because I gotta play that too for you. But yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of condensed down like the games that I'm buying and stuff, because you can get to the point where you're constantly buying games and then it's just like collecting dust, and that defeats the purpose of gaming, right? You're supposed to play it. So yeah, that's something that I do too. Number five, understand what kind of player you are. And that's for me. I understand that for me, and many of you complain about this, but that's okay, because people will always complain about what you do, right? You can never satisfy someone. I could put a lipstick on and someone doesn't like the color of my lipstick. I could lose 40 pounds and someone would say I was too skinny. Then I gain 40 pounds and then I'm fat and stinky. So you can't win, right? So so what I kind of do in regards to this is I understand the type of player that I am. I am a player versus environment, PvE. I do not care for PvP just because it pisses me off. I hate playing PvP, because most of the time it's all about superiority complex with some people that play, and it takes the fun out of the competition. So for me, because competition is healthy, right? But for me, I love player versus environment, so I only focus around games that give me that experience. I do step outside sometimes, and I'll try something, but I know the core of what I am is PvE. I know the core of the genres of games that I play. I love games that have mysteries to them, so I like that type of stuff. And I also like games with really good storylines. So, like, for example, Agrius. Um, I also like Final Fantasy. I'm not really into games that are super, super technical. That's just not my cup of tea. So stuff like StarCraft, for example, that strategic stuff. I cannot stand MOBAs. I'm sorry, but I tried playing those games and it gave me high blood pressure and a super migraine. I just can't do them. And then I also like JRPGs, so Japanese RPGs. I play a lot of them, anything from Korea, China. I'm always interested in that. And I slowly recently started getting into mobile gaming because I wanted to see what the hype was, right? But yeah, I completely understand that I know that I'm a PvE JRPG type of player, mysteries, that kind of stuff. Maybe some puzzle games, but not too many. Uh, Number six, understand that no perfect MMO exists. This is true. This is where, like, MMO, to me, sometimes MMO addiction comes in, where it's like you're just trying to find the perfect game that you can just sink your teeth into, and you will never find it. Because here's the thing about MMOs: they're always changing, always upgrading, always expanding, and that's what keeps you engaged. And that's really what it is. Like, you don't really need to constantly be on this mission. Just narrow it down and find what really piques your interest. And then, of course, number seven and the final one, remember, it's a game and have fun. This is the thing that turns me off sometimes about the gaming community, and this is just me, honestly. Oh my gosh, yes, side, the freaking Witcher. Witcher 3 is my game, man. All the Witcher games are fantastic. Just like Dragon Age, to me, fantastic. Well, I haven't played the second one, but I'm playing through the first one, and I'm just oh, it's so lovely. Such great lore. It's so engaging. I love it. But and that Geralt, I swear he is like my video game heartthrob. I'm like in love with him. Hashtag fangirl for Geralt. But yeah, I will have to say you gotta have fun, because that's what annoys me sometimes about the gaming community is some people, not all, they take the fun out of it. It's all about the competition, that PvP. I gotta be better than everybody else. I have to crush everybody's hopes and dreams. And that's why some people leave gaming, because they got tired of always having to deal with this. This is when I almost quit on gaming. I just started gaming about a year ago, but I've always been playing kind of in between. But that's the thing that kind of turned me off about the whole MMORPG thing, is there are just some people who just take the fun out of that experience. We're all in this environment to play and immerse ourselves and have fun. But it's when it gets to the point where you're constantly dealing with people that are being difficult with you, or what's the worst, being in a difficult guild with people, and someone has to be the alpha personality, and they're just telling everybody what to do instead of being that type of leader and having fun and facilitating and stuff. That's what gaming is about. At the end of the day, it is about having fun, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be a bitch, or tell people what's better and this is better than this. I am all about having fun. And I only surround myself around people who enjoy the fun in gaming. Do I know every single little thing there is to MMORPGs? I am not an expert. I never have said that, never have, and never will be. But I enjoy gaming. And I want to make gaming something fun again. And I want to make gaming open for everybody, especially for people of color, because I hate the fact that some of us have to hide the fact that we're gamers. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you game, it's something you're supposed to enjoy. That's the bottom line. All right, so yeah, you know, I just... Oh, so you were going to quit gaming. That's sad. That's really sad. But yeah, Twitch is catchy. There's so many times I go, I check out my friends' streams, or I just want to see how another person is playing. You know, my guilty pleasure right now on Twitch is Dark Souls 3. I just love seeing people being pissed off and they're like just irritated because they just don't know why, like why it's happening to them. It's like hilarious. Okay, so let's go into this dungeon as I go on a tangent, right? Okay, so let's enter. And this won't be too long, I don't think so. But yeah, I gotta get some of these coins, honey, because I gotta finish that quest. Oh, and it's so hot now. It's so annoying, I'm telling you. Alright, let's do this. Let's get it. Let's rock and roll. See, at least the thing about Devilian, though, is the spiders are small. Now, when I'm playing Blade and Soul, the spiders are like the size of my head. And let me tell you how not fun that is. And there's a video I did early into Blade and Soul when I started playing it. When, oh my gosh, I was screaming like a biatch. Like, it was so funny. But I was so scared. Because it like jumps up at you and I'm just like, what the heck? I still can't believe I have to kill 25 of these mofos. This is ridiculous. Okay, there we go. No. That's the challenge though. Okay. Alright, let's take them out. Take them out! There we go. I wish they had one of those like goblin monsters like in Diablo 3. That'd be pretty sweet. Alright, come on, let's rock and roll. There we go. Those swords are really cool. I didn't even notice that. Check that out. Those blades are life. I didn't even realize they were blue. Like, my gosh. There we go. Get in through the gate there. Let's kill some of these arsonists. You know. Yeah, it's true. And my Twitch chat tends to be really bad. You came on a good day. Usually people come in here and they're like racially derogatory towards me and stuff. You know, or they say I'm sexist, pardon me, or something like that. Like, I get a lot of that. So, you came on a good day. I'll be honest with you. Alright, let me get these pile of corpses here. Whoa! I didn't even see that coming. Man, taking names. Alright, let me get all this silver, darling. There we go. Silver, darling! Okay, I was supposed to go this way, like a true idiot. Alright, let me get into Devilian mode here. Get some of these Devilian souls. Come on here, like, this is ridiculous. Let's go. I mean, there we go. Get those combos, dang it. I don't think I'm getting any no, I'm not getting any souls in these dungeons. I don't think I am. Kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, let's go. Let's rock and roll here. Take out these mofos. Oh my gosh, come on. This is ridiculous. Look at all these spiders, man. It's insane. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Nope. I was surprised they even came up like that. Like, dang. Oh, I forgot that moves with you. That's pretty epic. Okay, let's see here. Let's operate that. Oh, really? See, I can't get into farming. Farming is not my thing. I need to because that's going to be important later on in the game from what I've heard, but I don't know. I don't think I can do the same repetitive task unless it's something that's really, really engaging though. Alright, there we go. Let's take out these. Alright, come on. There we go. Take out those. But yeah, you know, I'm starting to enjoy gaming again though. Because before I never used to. Because maybe I was just in toxic communities, you know. But you know the game that really did it for me, to be honest? It was Guild Wars 2. That's what got me believing in gaming again. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that's what got me believing in like gaming community again. You know, was that. And then you know the other community too, the Fever gaming community also helped me believe in positive gaming communities again as well. They're like the nicest gaming community that I have ever dealt with. And yeah, so they're so wonderful, so nice. And it made me like believe in gaming again, you know? Alright. Wow, that was really quick though. I think we got the boss coming up pretty soon. Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, that's true though, Sai. Yeah, it does suck to do. That's what turned me off about Diablo, is that, you know, those rifts, you kind of constantly have to do them, and I was just like, no thank you. No thanks. That's what turned me off. I was just like, nope, not gonna do them. Alright, there we go. That's like one of my favorite attacks, this like fire whirlwind kind of attack. It's so epically awesome. Oh, well, I don't need that spear. Woo, fire! That'd be cool if I had one of those. That'd be pretty sweet. Then I could like cook a turkey in no time. No, it would probably be burnt to a crisp. But yeah, I'm telling you, gaming community means everything. Sometimes, like how you feel about other gamers and stuff too. Like if you have a bad experience, you will not like a lot of gamers, you know. All right, let me check this out. Yep, there's the boss right there. We're almost there. Come on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go through this twice. Oh man, I'm almost there. But yeah, these Diablo games are very popular though. The isometric style is really making a comeback. And I'm not too sure. I think they are remaking Diablo 2, so that's gonna be interesting. I would be curious to see how that would go. Come on, let's go, Wandering Lumia, or whatever your name is. Come on. There we go. Let's see what's in here. Can I open this? Sweet. All that silver just for me. Let's see. Alright. Let me get through here without burning myself. Perfect. Oh yeah, we're not even to the boss yet. We're like about halfway. But at least I like going through these dungeons. It's a lot faster now that I'm stronger, so I'm kind of glad about that. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me, guys, for my throat being dry today. It is not my day. It is not my day today. Oh, I completely forgot. There's like 3 of these. Alright, there we go. Come on. Oh, crap. I gotta get the embers. Yeah, that's not smart. Alright, so let's go over here before they get to me. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. There we go. Got one more there. Yep, that's what I needed. Okay. Well, I'm glad you can finally rest in peace. That's really nice. Okay, so... Oh my gosh. But there was this other dungeon that I did in this game. It was long, but it was worth it though. But it was super, super long. Like sometimes I just like a nice quick dungeon, like how in like Blade and Soul it's just nice and quick. I don't even know what the heck these wild azaleas are for either. Still trying to figure that out. But yeah, I just like having fun when I game. That's the bottom line. I can't stand being with people that are like not wanting to have fun, or you know, they're the best gamer in the world so everybody else sucks. Like I can't deal with that. I'm very impatient when it comes to stuff like that. Like I get turned off by people like that. Shoot. Dag nabbit. I really hate this monster. I really do. And these resurrected fiends too. Man, they are just ganging up on a sister. Well, almost got, I think I got it here. Yes! Chase! Devastating smash! Finally! I didn't think I was gonna get one. There we go. Come on. Alright. Get that instant potion concentrate. That's gonna be important. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh! Well, I didn't think I was gonna clear that one out. Oh really? Bioshock? I can't do Bioshock. I would piss in my pants. That game is scary as heck. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about playing like scary games too, but I know I would like have a heart attack. Like, I get scared so easily, so I don't think it would be good for me to do that. Alright, let me get these pyromancers. Alright, we're almost there actually. But I just want to make sure I get enough of these coins, so... Come on. There we go. I didn't think I was gonna finish it in the middle of the dungeon run. That's kind of interesting though. Alright, let me see. Alright, let me just take them out. I want to save my Devilian mode for the main boss here. Conserve it. Because sometimes it takes forever to build up too. Okay, let's go defeat Lava Tyrant, I think. Yeah. Scary! Okay, let's do this. Oh, let's get that attack out of the way here. Yeah, because the first thing you want to do is get down his first meter. Like the first... Ooh, yeah, I gotta be careful here. Man. Yeah, so you want to get down his first meter here. Okay. Whoop, gotta watch it. Woo! Alright, let me get into Devilian mode. Yeah, I got him now. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Ooh. Yeah, it wasn't smart for me to do that. Well, F6 here. Okay, I got him. He's done. Boom. Got my first daily. Took forever though. I don't think I'm gonna get a good score. Yeah, 12 minutes. Yeah. Well, A is not too bad. I would prefer S rank, but you know. Yeah, they said Infinity is going to be different. But yeah, not my type of game. Cool, some magic dust. And some coin. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's exit there. May have to do it twice, maybe. Because I'm not sure how much coin that I need to get a key from... Okay, let me see here. Cannon Rift key. Alright. Well, let me even see how much I have. I have 6. going on here? Alright, let me see. Let me see here. Alright, there we go. Keep it coming. Yeah, I agree that, yeah, the community has changed, and I'm also noticing a lot of cross-platform with MMOs, as well as, like you said, single player. But I don't blame people. Like, if some of these communities would stop being super toxic, then maybe the perception would change. I don't blame people for wanting to, you know, play on their own. Like, there's a lot of times I play single player. Because, like, when I try to play with other people, it just never turns out right. So I tend to play by myself, which is unfortunate. Excuse me, but I don't blame myself, though. I really don't. I just blame some of the people who don't make it fun. Wait, let me see what's going on here. Rumors about the Abysmal Tower. I've never seen that one before. Okay, let me see here. See where I'm headed. Yeah, I got a long way. So while I'm making my rounds here, it's true though. I agree with you, Sai. I really do. It's all about, you know, getting to endgame now, which is kind of annoying to me because it shouldn't be about that necessarily, you know? It should be like, all right, let's form a community. Let's, you know, let's play together. Let's have fun, you know? And that's where a lot of times the conflict comes in for me, is that that's often the challenge. I won't even lie. It really is. All right, but while we're doing our long journey here, let's get into the news here. Asta announced new race and class. And this is also coming from MMOsite.com. It's one of the best websites to find news of what's going on, really, to be honest. That's just my opinion. So, Webzen is rolling out Asta's first expansion titled Myth 1, Wrath of the Berserkers, introducing some brand new dungeons and zones, as well as new race and class. The update is scheduled to go live on the 31st of May, which marks the end of the open beta phase. The Raska are a new race of humanoid creatures with a history of reaching back thousands of years, and will be available for the Asu and Aura factions. The Raska characters will begin in the Gate of Dawn, a special intro area for the new Raska race. Players can then choose the desired starting area for their selected faction when leaving the Gate of Dawn. The Berserker is a new melee class, only available to the characters of the Raska race. Berserkers inflict damage by swinging their double weapons, such as swords and axes, with great power and speed. They exploit any gap left by a defeated enemy to mount their next attack. So that's cool. They have like this continuous attack, for example, called Bloodstain. So instead of single blows, you get like multiple from what it seems here too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, continuous attacks. That's pretty sweet though. I haven't really played Asta that much. I tried it as a first impression, but I didn't really get into it. Excuse me here. My throat is really dry today, so pardon me if I'm drinking a lot of water. But yeah, my throat is really, really dry. It is not a good time. And I woke up like early this morning, so if I look super tired, that is why. But I'm still trying to bring the vigor. I am still trying to bring that energy, darlings, let me tell you. But, oh, we're almost there. Yay. Okay, so we made it. Alright, let me see if I can even get this. Probably not.
I love the sounds of coins clinking.
Calfrest. Yeah, I have to get the Rift Key. Dang it. Yeah, I'll need like 30 coins. Fantastic. Okay, so
as long as you have coins, of course.
I'll have to do dailies. That's what it seems like. Let me check my message here. Oh, cool. That's awesome. When my Guild members sent me an XP book. I greatly appreciate that. And I am so close to level 33. I am jumping for joy. Trust me. You can hear it in my voice. So let's see here. I finished that one. And alright, let's do this one. Alright, so... I think I might finish all of these and just get them out of the way. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's good for Asta though. I mean, I haven't played it much. It's a very, like, very classic MMO RPG style, so I haven't really gotten into it, but I personally felt they came out at the wrong time, because with Blade and Soul and all these other games too coming out simultaneously, I just felt personally they should have waited a little bit, and then maybe once that kind of hype train went down just a little bit, I think people can appreciate Asta. It's a well put together game, and the artwork is phenomenal. So I definitely, I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend for you to check that out. So this was a really interesting opinion piece that I found on mmosite.com. It's called "The Journey to End Game. Do you care for it anymore?" And this is interesting. It says, in the last few games I've played, I've saw myself finding it hard to really care all about the general experience on leveling up through games, and sometimes depending on the MMO I'm playing, I may actually read all the quests that I come across, or at the very least, I will read the main story just to see what's supposed to be going off. But depending on how the game as a whole is presented to me, such as having plenty of side attractions to do while it's leveling to reduce the overall monotony of it, I just think to myself, do I care enough to read through everything and do do the random little things that don't matter? Or do I just want to focus on leveling up to experience the meat of what the game is supposed to offer, aka end game? Playing some of the recent games like ELOA is Elite Lord of Alliance, very popular Korean MMO, but it's such a grindy game for me though, which is typical of Korean MMOs, but I never really got into it. And of course, Devilian, it didn't take long for me to get quickly bored and just focus on powering through the levels as fast as I could, with one example being on Devilian. When repeating dungeons over and over, I noticed that I was getting quite a hefty amount of experience and began repeating those as often as I could. There wasn't much else going on within the game that enticed me, to go out and smell the flowers, so to speak. It was simply quest and do the dungeon as you got to its level. The only game that I can really think really did it right as of recent is Guild Wars 2. I'm telling you, Guild Wars 2 is like such a well-respected MMO, and the communities for it is so nice. That's why I like the game a lot. On my first playthrough of that game, I just found myself wandering around all the time, randomly coming across quests, world events, and little activities that you could repeat, and the ability to get rewarded for finding and getting towards vistas, jumping puzzles that could lead you to some secret areas with some little rewards here and there. I would love to find more games like that to play in the future. Not that I'm going to get my hopes up for it, but why is it that so many MMOs these days seem to focus on simply leveling up instead of the activities in between? Now that is a really, really, really good question. Oh, okay, you're heading out, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sai. I'm really glad I had a chance to talk to you. You seem like a really wonderful person, and I am so sorry for earlier. It's just that I get a lot of crap for being black, so not to rhyme, but I appreciate you coming in, and hey, get that sleep and enjoy the rest of your day when you get up, all right? I will see you very soon. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I try to bring that energy, that fire. I try to bring that, you know what I mean? But let's get into the question here, okay? So is end game really necessary? Here's my thing. To me, I feel the whole purpose of MMOs is to engage the player into a world that allows the player to be submersed in it. I feel that when you have end game, it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit, because then it's like, okay, well, I've done all the quests, I got all the levels, you know, I'm to the last level. That's it. That's what tends to, from what I see, that's what tends to turn a lot of players off. But if you have, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I really, really appreciate it. But when you get to the point, okay, and this is just me, when you get to the point when you are not thinking about engaging the game, like for Guild Wars, that's how it is for me. I want to turn it on. I want to find out what's going to happen to my character next. If you don't have those feelings, I think what tends to happen is you get turned off from it, and then you don't want to engage, and then that's what I think causes the decline. So I think it's very important for developers to realize with MMOs, not all players want PvP. Because have you noticed recently the trend has been MOBAs and PvP? Lots of PvP. That's been the huge thing. But what I realize now is there's a market for everybody. So I think it's important for developers to balance that out, okay? I think also on the flip side, it's not fair for, you know, the players to expect the developer to get every single little tiny bit of detail, because you can't put everything depending on the game, all right? But I think that the amount of PvE is starting to disappear so dramatically, and that's the reason why I've seen a lot of people go from MMOs to console, and that's why. It's because of that. It's because there is this, you know, this need to be part of a community. So when you get to end game, it's kind of like, okay, well, what else do I do? So I like the fact that I will say with you know, with Devilian and with Diablo, you know, and Blade and Soul, you have all these different dungeons and things you can go through. You can join a guild, and that's what keeps the to be honest, that's what keeps the playability. But when it gets to the point where the game just ends and that's it, that defeats the purpose to me of what an MMO is. MMO is not necessarily, you know, it's not always necessarily the numbers. It's about the community, and if you have a good community, you're gonna get the numbers. So that's just how I feel personally. But yeah, let's continue doing these daily quests here. Let's see here. We got, oh, what's this one here? Okay, so I'm not gonna abandon that one. Okay, so where the heck do I have to go here? I think I have to... Okay, Frostbitten Field. I think this was in Wintergate Tundra. So let's go to Wintergate Tundra, damn it. Let's go do that. Let's go do it. I'm gonna talk like that from now on. Okay, no. No, I'm not gonna be that ridiculous. Alright, let's see what else I got here. Oh, my guild is so nice, giving me all this experience. How sweet. How sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna use both of these up in here. I am so close. I can taste the victory. I can taste it! Alright, so while we're going to our destination here, let's continue going on with the news here. This is coming from HuffingtonPost.com, one of my favorite places. Amber Riley to body shamers, let my big A live. A little post-off Novocaine can go a long way. Just ask Amber Riley, the former Glee powerhouse, and also former winner of Dancing with the Stars, okay? Alright, let me get these wolves here, pardon me, before we get back into the story here. Man, I'm totally gonna die here. There we go. See, I knew I was gonna die. I knew it. Alright, let me come over here. Let me finish this one.
Safe travels.
Okay, so we did that. Okay, so... Okay. I'm not gonna take that quest. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Espiron and finish this one. And I have to get those coins, but let's get into it while we're walking here. Okay, so it says that the former Glee powerhouse who took advantage of her inebriated state after her dental surgery to remind us just how little she cares about the fact that people think that she's fat. And I love this picture of her on Instagram. She looks so out of it. And she says, I've got some things I need to get off of my chest, my thighs, and my stomach. And then there's like that eye roll kind of emoji, like whatever. You know, there are just some things that my sober mind keeps me from sharing, she said in an Instagram video on Saturday. So this is what she said. That ends tonight. I've got some things I need to get off of my chest. Why does me being fat offend so many people? Is it because I'm confident, I'm fly, and I'm sexy? Why? Let my big ass live. I let y'all live. That's how I picture her being like on fire like that. I love all colors, shapes, and sizes. Just so you know, there we go. When you come out here and you call me fat, it's not an insult, dummy. My ass is fat and the fellas love it. And so do I. So eat it! Just like what Latrice Royale would say. Eat it, darlings. You know, I really wish I need to get this confidence. I'm telling you, because I have been such a Debbie Downer when it comes to my my thickness, you know. And it's a challenge. It's really a challenge, and I have been really up and down with this, and really learning to I would say really learning to love myself. It's been up and down. You know, I've dealt with a lot of stuff like low self-esteem, for example, just because I got picked on a lot when I was younger. And it wasn't like regular picking on. It was to the point where I was afraid to, you know, go to school. It was horrendous. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that, you know. But yeah, it was not easy. It really was not. And I've really have been learning to love myself even after all these years. It is a process. When you have been teased, and here's my thing, if you've been teased, you've been bullied, you know, let your parents know, or let a guardian know. Do not take bullying, okay? Okay, do not. It's not right. It's important to know that you are a human being and you're supposed to be treated with respect. So if people are picking on you, you have to make sure to let someone know, you know, and that's something that I did, and it helped me feel so much better by doing that. And of course, as you know, I'm not a psychiatrist, but this is just my opinion. But you know, I just think it's important to do that. You know, I really do think it's important. Okay, let me see what I gotta do here. Okay, so I gotta give the Abysmal Tower a try, I think. Oh, what the heck. Okay, let's do the Abysmal Tower. Let's do that. Alright, so let's see what we need to do here. Alright. Oh! I didn't even know you could click on that. Alright, so let's do this, okay? We're doing the Abysmal Tower. And, nope, let's cancel that. Okay, so I beat the 11th floor. I think I did all this. Okay. So... Alright, let's start at the 11th floor. Why do I have to go to... Let's see here. Oh, this is the 20th floor. Oh, I didn't know I defeated all that. Okay, well, let's go to the 20th floor and see what happens. Yay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this! Alright, watch me, like, fail this. Watch. It's gonna be ridiculous. What? Oh my gosh. I don't even think I have a chance. I think I have a chance. I have faith in myself today. Okay, and this is a crappy thing. You can't, oh man, come on. Oh my gosh. I didn't even have a chance. Alright. I think I have a shot. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Okay, there we go. Whoa! Okay, there we go.
Can't use this yet.
I don't even have a chance. There is no way. I don't even think. Nope. There is no way I'm gonna defeat this monster in 3 minutes. I would be surprised as all heck. I mean, I'm level 32, but look, as you can see here, I am barely scraped. Like, I died right there. So as you can see, nope. So no experience there. That was rough. That was rough. Okay, so we're gonna try it again. Alright, so I think this is the floor I have to start on. Okay, so we're gonna start on floor 11, and then we're just gonna work our way up, because that's where I last left off. Okay, so this is the 11th floor. So let's keep going here. Alright. I should be okay here because these monsters are like 25, so I should be fine. Alright. That was easy for now. We're gonna get to like probably 2 levels maybe. Alright. Let me see what I got here. Oh, I got, Abysmal Essence. That's nice. Isn't that nice? Okay, so let's keep going here. Alright, so this is the 12th floor. I don't think I went through all these. I'm kind of surprised if I did. Alright, so we got some fire attribute. Let's get those. And I do recommend, okay? Yes! Level 33. When you do dungeons, you level up a lot faster. Abysmal Tower, that's just a tip for you. Let's see here. Okay, so we're almost done mastering this electric field. I'm so excited. You can hear it in my voice, how excited I am. Alrighty. Let's keep it going. Alrighty. Alright, let's keep going. The Reaper is enraged. Well, no duh, he should be. You should be pissed because I'm slaying! Look at that. Slaying like a biatch. Okay, let's see here. Alright, so I'm getting more of this. Ooh, yes, sacrificial talisman box. That means you're gonna get some better talismans in there. But I think my next level up for my talismans is gonna be level 40, I believe. Alright, so let's keep going here. Oh, poison attribute monsters. Oh, come on. That's what I was about to say. I was just like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Alright, there we go. Let's get that Abysmal Essence and that Sombering, I think. Alright. We are slaying. I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain. I am doing pretty well. Alright, so we got 15th floor. And you can only run the Abysmal Tower twice a day. So if you're looking for a way to... Woo, child! That was ratchet. That was ratchet. I cannot believe I died like that. Okay, let's go. I can't go into civilian mode. This is insane. Alright, let me like get out of the way here. Ooh, bummer. Alright, so I'm on level 15. So that was not too bad. I give myself a pat on the back, just like with Amber Riley. You know, you gotta love yourself and not care what people think. But sometimes it's like you do care about what people think. So like I'm just learning I have to be more confident and just, you know, I have to be good, you know, get better at what I do, you know. And I will with time, and I'll get stronger with time, as they say. Okay, so that was fun. All right, let me see here. Okay, I got a couple Bismo Essence. I think I'm gonna save it.
Goodbye.
I'll save them and collect them. I think that'd be smart to do that. Just like what I learned in Tree of Savior is, you know, I was an idiot. You gotta save your EXP cards. You know, your experience cards, because there are points of the game where it's a very slow grind and then you kind of speed through it a little bit faster. So I was so stupid. I was just using them up. I'm a fool. I haven't even played Tree of Savior in quite some time. I'll have to get back into that. But okay, so we got that one done. Okay, so let's do this level 28 dungeon crawl. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. It'll be real swell. Okay, no. That's probably why no one's watching me, because they're like, what? She really sucks. Okay, so yeah, that story from Amber Riley, it really raised my spirit. It's so good. Okay, so our juicy topic of the day, we're talking all about the gender pay gap. And this was really sad. This is coming from Huffington Post once again, in their Huffington Post women's section. And I thought this was interesting. In a presidential election year, the economy is always a focus. In this election year in particular, not just the overall state of the economy, but the gender gap pay has been a focus of debates and conversation. Now, the Economic Policy Institute has released a new report focusing on the prospects of the college graduating class of 2016. The prospects overall appear dim, especially for young women and 8.1% minorities. It is important to note that while the figure that most often gets headlines is that a woman makes 78 cents to a man's dollar, that number falls lower when economics factors in race, especially when one looks at women of color. In fact, the EPI report notes that the current rate of unemployment for recent college graduates who are black sits at 9.4%, which is higher than the peak unemployment rate for white men during the recession, which was 9.0%. Transgendered people of color and disabled people of all races are generally considered to have the widest wage gaps and discrepancies in unemployment rates. I mean, what can you say, right? I mean, what can you really say? I have to say, okay, first and foremost, the key is opportunity. And there are a lot of different factors that are into play. Number one, the quality of education. I feel that depending where you are regionally in America, you're going to either get really, really good education or really, really bad education. And then on top of that, I feel is also the parents' personal responsibility to be involved in their children's education. And what I'm starting to notice is that in certain aspects, there are parents that are like what we like to call in education helicopter parents, where they don't allow their children to become, you know, functional in society. And what I mean by that is they do every little thing for them and they don't learn independence, and they become, let's be honest, a reliability. And the reason why I say reliability is because for some of these young people and college students, they don't have the skill set. And it's sad to me that I even have to say that, considering we're living in a very technologically advanced age, right? So I think there are a couple solutions to this problem. Number one, we need to pay people for their skill set, and we need to be fair with that pay. I think a lot of times what happens is the people who are qualified or overqualified for a position and they go above and beyond, they get paid less because a lot of times some people think that when you have higher education, you're a threat to them or whatever. But I think of it more as a learning opportunity. If someone is more educated than me, and maybe this is just my ideology, I'm going to hang around them. I'm going to learn things from them. Even though they may not be open to share it with me, if you're smart enough, you can pick up on things, and then you build your rapport to get to a higher or a advanced, well, not only a higher level of thinking, but a more advanced level of thinking. But if you are the type that, is the woe is me, and you're getting paid less, which sucks, it really does. You have to put yourself in a position to make yourself a valuable asset. And this is the difference between the A-list celebrities and the ones that are on the D-list, as Kathy Griffin would say, right? I think that the celebrities that are A-listed, some of them, they know how to network. They know which people to work with that will help them to expand, and which ones not to work with. And the same thing can apply in education. Before you go to any university, or I don't even care if it's even your secondary education across the board, you got to check that school system out. You got to look at the results. You got to look at the standardized test, and other factors come into play. And then you have to also understand the learning style of your child, or in this case of college students, because I think sometimes where the American education system fails is uniformity, is making the assumptions that everybody is going to learn or think the same way. And we all know that that's not true. So I think the first thing that needs to happen is there needs to be a better modification of the educational system to appeal to different learning types. And also there is a individual responsibility of these college students coming out, class of 2016, I'm talking to you directly, to make sure that while you're in school, or while you were in school, to learn these skills to make you marketable for your chosen or interest field, or field that you're interested in, or chosen field if that's the direction you want to go. So I would say, in regards to women getting paid less, it's not fair. It's not. But we have to look at how our society is. I mean, our society still believes to a certain extent that, men are seen as being more reliable in certain fields, and women have not been given the opportunity to be in certain fields. An example of this is, I would say, instructional technology, IT, the tech field. There's still women that are struggling who have the skill set for these same positions that these men are in. And then there's the opportunity. These men need to open up too. Not all of them are bad. It's just there are some of them that still believe in this, women belong in the kitchen mentality. And that's what also affects this topic as well. So I think once the educational system gets reformed in a way that understands different learning styles and appreciating diversity, that's where I feel change will start to come. Because it's sad to me to see that people of color are, and people who are, disabled, are dealing with this. And for me, I don't like using the term disabled. I believe that anybody who, let's say, for example, paraplegic, whatever, you are able to do things if you believe in it, you know? So I don't think, I just hate the term disabled, because I had a friend who was in a wheelchair and he was just fine. I just think it's an individual as well as a systematic change that needs to happen, especially in America, for these changes to happen. But hey, that's just me. That's just how I feel. Yeah, I honestly think that's just how I feel personally. But let's see where we need to go here. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have to go to the Calfress Canyon. Alright, so let's go do that. I think I should have enough coin, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh my gosh, it is super hot in here. I should let me turn my fan on. Pardon me here. I'm gonna turn my fan on. I'm gonna be right back. All right, I am back. Oh my gosh. I was feeling the heat there. Maybe that's why I look so tired. Like, summer is finally here, dagnabbit. Oh my gosh. It was so hot. It's like ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna keep going here. We're going to the daily dungeon here. And get that going. I gotta get my my MP up. Like, I really need to. My HP is okay, but I need to get my MP up. I gotta read about that and how to improve that for sure. But I hope you're enjoying the game so far. We finished our first hour. I am, of course, your lovely host, Quita, aka Malaysian Quita. And we had a really well interesting discussion in regards to the gender age gap. So while we're finding our way around to our next dungeon, let's talk about the Brooklyn nightlife. Shout outs to all people in Brooklyn, New York, and it's such a diverse, wonderful community. This is coming, of course, from HuffingtonPost.com once again. On Saturday, May 21st, the movers and shakers of various industries that intersect with the nightlife community in Brooklyn, New York, came together to celebrate one another's accomplishments and one another. Curated by Brooklyn drag queen Mary Cherry, the Brooklyn Nightlife Awards are a chance for a large-scale queer community to be recognized for individual work as creatives. Now in its fourth incarnation, the range of awards is widespread, from best drag queen to best fashion designer to best visual artist. So I think that's awesome. So here are some of the winners, and congratulations to all of them, because it does take, being a creative is not as easy as people think. Just like how people think, oh, being a YouTuber, oh, you just sit in front of your stupid camera, excuse me, you just sit in front of your stupid camera and talk. No, there's more to it than this. Like, you know, for some of us, especially with me, you know, I'm a critic, I'm a reviewer, so I deal a lot more with reviews and things like that. So I have to sit down and do research. I'm checking out, you know, what's the hottest stories, that kind of stuff. So Drag Queen of the Year went to Aja. The Best Fashion Designer went to Bacala. Hall of Fame went to Thorgy Thor. Of course, you know Thorgy Thor from season 8. Hopefully I'm right there, of RuPaul's Drag Race. And then, of course, Drag King of the Year went to Goldie Peacock and Kay James. So definitely, congratulations to all of the winners, looking fabulous. But for those of you who do know, I am a huge, huge fan of drag queens. I love them. And drag queens, a lot of them help me to feel a lot confident. I'm a straight woman, okay? Like, drag queens have this amazing confidence, and they just exacerbate it, and it really helped me during difficult times. Like, this is why I love the show RuPaul's Drag Race too. It's opening up the opportunity for drag to be seen as a art form, you know. And these ladies are all talented. Some of my favorites, of course, I love Pandora Box, I love Sharon Needles. My Asian queens, of course, Manila Luzon, Jiggly Caliente. Kimchi is amazing. I also like Chi Chi Devane. How can I forget my girl Jasmine Masters, Rue herself? I mean, it takes a lot to, you know, play around with the idea of what is, you know, gender and the humor. I love it. And Brooklyn seems to be a really fun place. And I would definitely love to travel there someday and really experience that. But I'm glad they have these type of awards. Please support your local scene, because your local scene is really what helps change the culture, not only in your neighborhood, in your community, but across the country. And that's why I support local music and just different local subcultures and things like that. It helps to keep the creativity alive, and that's why I'm a huge fan of the arts and sciences. It's very important to do that, trust me. Okay, so now we got this dungeon. Yes. All right, let's do it. Let's do this dungeon. Let's do it. Okay. I'm a fool. I really am. Okay, so let's go through this dungeon, get this coin, and hopefully I'll probably have to go through like 10,000 times. Like, I swear. It's ridiculous, okay? Okay, so we have to destroy the gatekeeping cleavers. And I think this is going to be my last quest, because I want to make sure I give myself enough time to work out today, because I'm really keen on my fitness. Like, I'm really getting into it, and you know, I'm trying to stay healthy and keep body yaddy, right? Ridiculous, but yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, keep good rapport and have good health. It's important to do that, trust me, it really is. I think this is this really long ass dungeon. Yeah, I remember this dungeon is super freaking long. So freaking long. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, this is one that's really anal retentive. It's super long. Alright, so I kill like 25 of these mofos. Why am I not surprised? Okay, at least I'll collect those wild azaleas. Those are important. Now I'm sounding like Alaska. Yes, important. Alright, let's clean house here. Alright, get that deadly blow is very important. What the heck? Alright, there we go. Come on. Yes. Alright, so we finished stage 1. Let's go on to the second stage. And you know another thing too, I've really been getting back into watching movies. I have seriously started movie watching, and I was never really the movie watching type unless it was something that was really engaging. But yeah, I've been getting back into watching a lot of TV shows and like old school stuff. One of my favorite shows that I'm watching currently right now, and I'm going to be doing a review on my other show, which is called The Curvy Metalhead Show. It's a show called Forever Knight, and it's about a man, I kid you not, his name is Nick Knight, okay? And he's a vampire who wants to kind of pretty much become human again. And I'm like right in the middle of season 1, but I've really been getting into those old school shows. I just feel the storytelling is not the same. It's just not. And you know another show people want me to get into as well, what's the name of that show? The How to Get Away with Murder. That was the other one that some other people wanted for me to get into. And then I need to get back into watching some movies that have like AMBW. So for those of you who know, I just love Asian men. Like, I love Asian guys. But not in that creepy way where it's like, I love Asian men. And I'm like salivating at the mouth, right? But I love those type of really cute movies where it's like, you know, the black girl meets the Asian guy and they get together and it's like super cute. So I've been watching some of that too. And I also like shows with good like mythology as well. So yeah, a lot of people have been recommending some really good shows for me to check out. So that's been the other thing I've really been doing too. I've been really trying to focus on is it's really kind of spreading out, watching some of those old school shows and some of the new school shows as well. But I like some good sci-fi as well. So I'll have to check out some good sci-fi shows as well. But it's just been getting harder and harder. It's like, you know, I'm working and then I'm probably going to end up having another job just to kind of, you know, get some better hours. And it's hard, you know. It's like I'm trying to make enough money so that I can, you know, expand, you know, get better equipment for my show. But then it's like I don't have enough time. It's crazy, you know. Life is really something. That's why I always tell these young people, like, you better enjoy being young and not, and having, you know, not a care in the world. Because once you become an adult and, you know, you get older and you start getting those responsibilities, like, it's rough. That's why I find it interesting. I don't know how, like, grown folks have time to go to the club. It's like, how do you have time? You have, like, 4 kids And how? Like, I wonder that. I really wonder that. Like, how you have time to go to the club. Like, it perplexes my mind. Or even to work out. I mean, it's insane. Like, I don't even have time to breathe. Like, to breathe sometimes. It's insane, you know? It's super crazy. Alright, let's going through here. We didn't have to come through here just because, Alright, let's get that attack. Alright, good. Let me get that key. Alright. Alright, get all that. Alright, take them out. So far, so good. I'm actually going faster through this than what I expected, to be honest. You have to be careful of this poisonous gas. Like, you have to be really careful with it. And then there's a point where the gas starts to kind of move too, and you will lose hit points for that. So, hit points. You will lose HP for that, so be careful. Hit points. I'm so absurd. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't know you could destroy the barrels in here. I had no freaking idea. That's pretty sweet, though. Alright, let's go up here. Alright, we got that key, so we can finally move on here. And we're still on the first floor, people, let me tell ya. I think this is the second floor here. And also, if you have topics that you would like for me to talk about, please do not be shy. I am all about audience participation. So, you know, that's why it really broke my heart when I, you know, opened the opportunity for you guys to vote on the next game that you would like for me to play. It's like nobody voted. So I feel like hurt. I really do. Because I was just like, why doesn't my audience respond to me? Like, I really like being like that interactivity. It like your opinions really do matter to me, you know. I'm not like one of these like a-hole type of people where it's like I don't care about, you know, your opinion. I really do care about your opinion. It's so important to me, you know. All right, let me get through here. Let me destroy these. I know. Oh, okay. Let me get out of there. But yeah, it's like I really do care, so that's why I was kind of hurt. I was like, what the heck? Like, I made that poll and I put all those choices and nobody voted. I mean, it's not me complaining, but it's like, but then nobody can complain now because I'm, you know, I opened the opportunity for some, you know, for some type of participation, you know? It's kind of frustrating. I always forget that I have to go through here. Alright, let's go through there. And also, too, I gotta get some headphones. That's the other thing I need to get the next time I get paid. I gotta get some headphones. Because I ended up giving my other headphones to my friend, and I just need a really good pair of headphones that don't, like, dangle. Just like some... I don't like the earbud ones, because, like, my ears are... I have the weirdest shaped ears ever. Like, even wearing this headset, it's just weird. That's the reason why I'm looking forward to when I get my mic stand, too. It's just because, like, it's super annoying. Okay, let me go into civilian mode. I'm getting sick of this prick. Oh, I'm so close to getting, civilian level, I think at level 11, maybe, I think I'm at. Alright, let me see. Let me get these two pricks. You venomous weirdos. I have destroyed thee. Okay. I'm such a hot mess. I really am. Alright, here we go. Okay. Jeez. Okay. See, this is where that moving cloud is, so you have to be careful. You'll get all these really flippin' annoying enemies coming through. So I do recommend you try to move out of the way here. Alright, let me get that. Okay, so I got those. Okay, so I gotta get the vault key here. Yeah, this quest is really, really long. You have to have a lot of patience, let me tell you. What the heck? Okay. It was like binding me. I was like, what the f. Alright, let me see. Oh. But I wonder what you guys are going to be doing for your Memorial Day, because I know for me, for a fact, I am totally just going to be working and relaxing. I have like, probably I'm working like 5 or 6 hours or so, but it won't be too bad. And then after that, I'm going to just work out and do some gaming, which is what I'm doing right now, huh? You know, life is too short to be bitter, man. I'm telling you, I enjoy every moment that I have. Like, I really do. And that's why I always tell my friends that, like, you always want to make sure that you put yourself in a position to enjoy your life, you know? Because a lot of times people ask me, they're like, oh my gosh, your skin is so like this. Why does your skin look like this? It's because I enjoy my life. And I do everything, and I do the proper measures to take care of myself. And I do, it's important, you know, working out, eating right, you know, getting into the proper shape, you know, it's so important to do that. Okay, so I finished that quest. Awesome. Now, I could exit the dungeon, but I'm not going to. I'm going to get myself some experience, dagnabbit. I'm going to get myself some good experience. Alright, let me get this Dark Truth Wanderer. And I'm getting some good silver too, so if you want to do some silver farming, this might be the right place to do it, to be honest. Because I am getting so much silver. Ooh, look at all this. See, I always forget that this monster can bind you. Not a good time. Oh, alright, let's come in here. Get away from that green gas there. Alright, we got this other area here. Man, I have been having a lot of drops in my frame rates. Like, it's crazy. And the cool thing is now is I'm gonna have a better increase in my internet speed coming up soon, so I am looking forward to that, man. Because I am so sick of all the lagginess and all this crap. So I am looking forward to that update coming really soon. I love seeing improvements to my internet speed. I really do. Alright, let's go down. Going down. Alright, let's come over here. Go. Alright, got the key. Alright, so now this is the final stage. With this ugly ass boss, which I hate. The Pussalot. He looks disgusting. Like, you gotta watch out for his pulsating blows, man. He's not a fun boss. But we'll get him really fast this time, hopefully. Civilian mode.
Wait.
Okay, I gotta watch out for them.
Not ready yet. Wait.
There we go.
Not ready yet.
Oh my gosh, I didn't really hit him as good as I thought. Ooh, let me get out of here. There we go.
Not ready yet.
Oh, alright, let me get my stronger strength here.
Not enough energy.
There we go. Actually, I'm doing better than what I thought. And I'd like to thank all the people coming in watching me today. It really means a lot. Thank you. Alright, let me get the heck out of here. Ciao! Okay, here we go. Woo! No! No! Oh my gosh! That... I can't even... I gotta get this prick. I got him. I got him. I gotta... Wait, I gotta get out of here. Whoa, mercy on me. Have some mercy. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's do this. Ugh. He's like the ugliest boss ever. I got him. I got his ass. At this point, I don't even care if he hits me. Boom. Yeah. Haha. Get some. Okay. Oh man, that was a long battle. Not even gonna lie. Surprised I got an A rank on that. Alright, come on, EXP book. Come on, EXP book. Hey, can't complain. Can't complain. Alrighty. So we finished that. Let's get the frick out of here. Come on. Come on. Let's do this. Alright, so we finished that dungeon. Okay, so... Okay, let's see how many coins I have. Have 11, so I still have a long freaking way to go. Alright, let me look at my dailies. Alright, let's see here. So... It's a Lake Mineville coin, so I don't need that. Alright, let me look at... Wanted. See, I can't do these until I get to level 34. That gives me some coin. Nope. Okay, that'll give me wild azaleas. Yeah, and see, these are all like guild type stuff, so, you know. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is... See, I can't do Abysmal Tower because I did that already. Okay, so let's go to Lake... Okay, so let's return to Gold Dust Village. See, I always forget about the return button. I'm an idiot. Like, I always forget about it. Okay, so let's go to that lake place. Mineville Lake. Like, I'm almost done with Devilian. Like, it's quite interesting. Like, I didn't think I'm almost done. I never even thought I would get to this point. Okay, so we gotta go to the ruined farm. So let's go to... We have to speak to Hendrik, who is dying. Sucks to be him. So let's go check out what's going on there. But yeah, I'm almost done with Devilian. I'm quite impressed, though. And if you see me looking over, it's just because I'm checking chat. Because I just don't like to neglect chat. You know, I love talking to you guys, my intellectual freaks and geeks, you know? Alright, dying Hendrik, why are you dying? Okay, let me see here. Let me check my Devilian. Oh, I am so close to getting Devilian level 11. Oh my gosh. Okay. Define favor for Diane. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, so I'm right in the not the level range. So I'm doing pretty good. Right in that range. See, I always try to stay 1 to 2 levels ahead of the designated level range, I mean. Okay, so let's keep going here. Oh, and you know what else I did? I had a Food Network binge. They had this awesome marathon of the diners, dine or whatever, dine-ins or whatever. Oh, I should not be watching Food Network because it makes me drool. But dang it, they were talking about barbecue, and for me, I have a soft spot for chicken. Oh, I love chicken dishes. Like, oh my gosh, like, I was watching that while my mother was working on my hair, which let me know what you think about my hair. But yeah, it was so cool, man, watching that guy Ferrari. He's something else, man. But those frosted tips are so 90s. Get a new hairdo, for peak's sake. No.
Not ready yet.
Then now I have all these guys mad, like, hey, you know, F you, frosted tips are amazing, bruh, you know? But, alright, so I finished that one. Okay, so I got that. Okay, so I got that one done. Okay, let's see what I got here. Man, yay! I have the best guild ever, man. I have to tell them thank you. See, that's what I mean. When you're in a good guild, you're in a good guild, dagnabbit. Because they help, you know, they help you, you know, they help each other out. It's so important to do that. Alright, so we got this burning scarecrow. That's a new enemy for me. Alright, there we go. This game requires a lot of leveling up too, to tell you the truth. Lots of leveling. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So let's defeat the Thunder Tribe Giant and the Thunder Tribe Laborer. Let's go do that. But yeah, it was fun to watch that on the Food Network. I like a good marathon. I also gotta watch that other show with like the Ink Master and stuff like that. I like those shows as well. You know, just stuff that makes me learn about like different cultures, different experiences and stuff like that. It's always a good time. Alright, so I'm right in the right range here. Alright, let's keep going. We're slaying. But yeah, also let me know what you're doing for Memorial Day. Because I am looking forward to getting some good chicken. My mom makes the best dang chicken on the planet. But I did not inherit her cooking skills. I cannot cook for crap. And it's so bad. Because, you know, the key to a man is his stomach, you know. And if you can cook good food, you could be the most bitchiest woman in the world. But if you can cook a mean dish, that guy will stay with you. You could be like, yeah, she's a real bitch though. But man, she makes some good food. Like, that's really the philosophy, right? So, I'm an idiot sometimes. Maybe on the weekends. You know, heck, it's Thursday. Or it may be Friday wherever you are. I always neglect and forget I have an international audience as well, which I greatly appreciate, and I appreciate them for watching, you know. I love my international audience. They're fantastic, you know. Just like how I like my American audience too, but I just, oh my gosh, for Pete's sake. There we go. There we go. Hashtag slay. Slay, slay, slay. Wait, let me get in my Divillion mode.
Can't use this yet.
There we go. Come on. Come on.
Not ready yet.
You wanna give me all this crap? Let's go. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it, got it. Okay, let's see here. We have the Ensworth. We got a health potion here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we have to destroy the palisades. Where the heck am I going? My sense of direction is awful. Oh, we have the burying spiders. Get rid of this spider den.
Can't use this yet.
There we go. What the heck is this? Okay, so it's probably for another quest. I think I finished this one. Okay. Well, no, we'll do a favor for Diane. Let's do a favor for Diane. Since I'm a nice Tempest person. Since I'm super, super nice. But, yeah, I'm gonna just keep low-key for this holiday. Really, honestly, low-key. I'm, like, so tired, though. I had to get up at, like... I woke up at, like, 7 in the morning. Like, it was ridiculous. And I had a job interview today, so wish me luck on that. Okay, so this one I won't be able to do. This one I'll have to work up on. Okay, so let's destroy these palisades. And then I'll probably have to level up to defeat Armwen. See, I do a lot of this leveling up offline too, so that way it's not just me just leveling. So yeah, I can't believe that I'm almost to like the halfway point of finishing this game up. Like, it's crazy. Super crazy. Okay, well, let's see what new okay, well, let me get that for silver. Okay, so what's this favor that we have to do? Destroy the palisades. Is it here? Let's go back. See, a lot of moving around in this episode today, seriously. It's a lot of traveling back and forth. Okay, so we're gonna go, this will be our last quest here. I'll go ahead, do this favor, and then we're gonna get into some food for thought. Because food for thought is always good. Always good. Then I get all stretched up and work out. I try to work out 30 to 45 minutes every day. And then I gotta get into like lifting weights too. What the heck? Look at that freaking bear. My gosh. Bear's freaking huge, man. Can you imagine if you saw a bear like that in your backyard? I wouldn't be outside. Blinds would be closed, but shade fan would be blowing. Oh, okay. I'm so stupid. Alright, so let's destroy these palisades. Get through them. Wow, these palisades, these are really tough to get through. My god. There we go. Frostblade Scout. Alright, let me get this, do that. I was not expecting this to be this difficult. Alright, got that done. And then this is a new enemy. This is the Frostblade Scout.
Not ready yet.
Huzzah! We're breezing through it, man. We're breezing through it. Doing so good so far. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so now we gotta go talk to Durander in the frostbitten field. See what he's up to.
Greetings.
Excellent. Alright, so we have to check with the coach in the frostbitten field, you know. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's a carriage. That always means there's an enemy. Alright, so I have to destroy the cauldrons? What the heck? Oh, okay, these enemies here. Yeah, let's just do this one. This will be my last one. Alright, so that's done.
Not ready yet.
Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
Can't use this yet.
Alright, got 2 of 4. Let's get one more going here. Because these, you know, cauldrons of the utmost importance. Come on, let's go. These enemies are really strong up in here. Alright, let's use, I'm gonna use my Divilian mode.
Can't use this yet. Wait.
Got that. Well, look at that. I just died for no reason, for peak's sake. Okay, there we go. Boom. Alright, so then let's go talk to Mittens in the Frostbitten Field! Oh, he's playing dead. That's kind of funny. Alright. So we won't do that till next time, where we will check for signs of life, see if I'm up to the level for the Demolisher. We'll also buy a rift key once I get enough to do so, and then we will also do the Abysmal Tower and defeat the Kranglash Soren. So let's do some food for thought before we wrap up today's episode, right? So earlier, I was talking about the whole our juicy topic of the day in regards to the gender gap. Pardon me here. Ooh, that food was so good. Maybe that's why I'm all like indigestion, right? So we were talking about that gap. And I think the most important thing to note is at the end of the day, I really wish that people would be paid according to their experience and also being paid according to their qualifications. Nothing pisses off someone like myself, where I'm still paying my dues, I'm going to school for a master's degree, but people are not giving me a chance to get a decent job because of the color of my skin. And instead of focusing on my race as the focal topic, how about you focus on my qualifications? If I qualify for the job, race, sexual orientation, disabled, not whatever, able body, whatever, that goes out the window. So like I said before, until we get to the point where our educational system is reformed, and look at the trans issue going on right now. There shouldn't be an issue like that. I feel people are going to be people, and you are who you express yourself to be. You are who you are. So I think that if you don't like someone for who they are, you don't have to associate with them. I think it's ignorant to, to be that way, but at least that's the thing that I love, is that we have human decision. But sometimes what's hard is human nature. And with human nature, there's a lot of ignorance, there's a lot of closed mindedness. And like I said before, until the educational system gets reformed to understand that diversity is a valid part of the conversation, and that regardless, students of color, white students, they should all be working together, and they should all be, taught about each other, because I think that's what helps to break down the walls of ignorance, okay? And it goes beyond the white and black. Like for me, I have straight friends, I have gay friends, I have friends that are in wheelchairs, I have friends all over the world. And the reason why is because the other important thing is parental upbringing. My thing is this: if you don't want to be a decent parent, don't have children. Because it's not fair to bring children in the world that end up suffering because of your negligence and not being a proper parent. And then on top of that, to the young people, the college graduates, congratulations, of course, to the class of 2016. Here's my advice, okay? When I graduated from my undergrad, I thought it was easy out there, and it's not. Take advantage. You gotta take advantages of you have to take advantage, pardon me, of the resources that are available to you, career services, and get an internship before you even finish school, because those are the things you have to do in order to turn a dream into a reality, which also turns into an opportunity for you. The other thing too is, don't ignore the internet. There are a lot of jobs that you can find online and through networking. It's not always what you know, it's who you know. Look how many dumb people out there that have executive positions. It's because someone vouched for them. So you have to do the same thing. So good luck to the class of 2016. On top of that, I have to say to the women out there, don't get discouraged. There will be a shifting point, and it's coming soon, when women will be taken seriously, like when we'll be taken into account, and our voices are just as valid. And to the people of color out there, and to my, of course, the lovely LGBTIQA audience that supports me, there will be a time when our country, in America and around the world, where we'll just be accepted for who we are. You know, and it's hard being a person of color. I can't imagine being a person of color who's also an LGBTIA person. That's hard. Or being trans and being a person of color. We really need to stop with this stupid, ignorant division of race and culture and all of that. Because at the end of the day, pardon me, we all want to be with someone that cares about us. We all have families that we care about and support. And at the end of the day, just like that song Jill Scott says, I just want to be loved just like everybody else does. And isn't that what really comes to at the end of the day? We're all people, right? So thanks so much for watching me play Devillion and the interesting and juicy discussions that I always have here at Sin TV. You can follow me on Twitter at SINTV now, as well as checking out my YouTube, where you can see this and all of my other crazy shenanigans at youtube.com/user/SINTV. And like I always say, remember to get smart and stay informed. I'll see you soon.